Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaste, Namaskar, good evening and welcome to Postmortem with Balanagandran only on radio, not a flight of life. You're listening to the most enlightening show on radio. Dear all, you're listening to Radio on a Flight of Life, the platform for infotainment that laid for talents and the path that takes you from stress to bliss. This is Balanagandran live from Chennai has come with another impartial analysis of the issue. To dissect, blow the pieces, and to show the hidden secrets behind the curtains with clarity and neutrality, with the core purpose of enlightenment. Thus, it is Postmortem with Balanagandran. Enlightenment begins here. "60 minutes of enlightenment" is only possible on Radio Udaan, that too only on Thursday 8 to 9 p.m. But there is another way. If you miss 8 to 9 p.m., you can rebroadcast, you can revisit and listen to the rebroadcast of today's Postmortem tomorrow 3 to 4 p.m. Go to www.radioudaan.com to know more details about us, about Postmortem, and about all the shows of radio. A trip through online radio is welcoming you all 24/7. www.radioudaan.com, radioudaan.com. You can contribute to Radio Udaan in the better way possible, that is through feedback. Go to radioudaan.com, find the link, submit feedback, and select your show, Postmortem. For instance, if you're listening to Postmortem and if you want your enlightening show to be more enlightening than ever, you can, after 9 p.m. tonight, go to www.radioudaan.com, find the link, submit feedback, select the show, Postmortem with Balanagandran, and rate the show as per what you feel. As per what you feel according to the quality of presentation, information shared, quality of contents, and the relevance of the show and the theme. So it will help us to flourish and be the better than the best, as we have been emerging step after step since the inception of 2nd February 2014. Apart from that, you can download the playlist to listen to Radio on your PC or laptop. You can also fill up the form interested in become RJ if you want to be as close as possible in the family of Radio Udaan. If you want your voice to be heard across the globe, if you want to kiss the eardrums of more than 30,000 listeners per month, go to radioudaan.com and fill up the form interested in become RJ. If everything works well, we will approach you and you will be heard across the globe on a flight of life, Radio Udaan. You can also request the archive of your favorite shows that were on air in the past, so that you can have your show and listen and enjoy wherever you want. You can also know about the program agenda, but the paramount significance is Radio Udaan's Convention 2017. As we are growing day by day, Radio Udaan is going to step into its 4th year by putting an end to its grandiose 3rd year on the 2nd of February 2017, and thus to commemorate such a historic feat, Radio Udaan has planned to convene a convention on January 28th at the city of Pearls, Hyderabad. This time Radio Udaan sailing to south of India. So hurry up, fill up the form, register, and let's meet there to have the moment of our lifetime. 28 January 2017, Saturday. It's gonna be the grandest juncture of our life for sure, because of all of your participation in the grand convention of Radio Udaan. You have plenty of information and sources to know about the operations of Radio Udaan as well. Without further ado, let's plunge ourselves into the proceedings of today and the purpose of why we need to have Postmortem tonight. As we have decided at the time of putting Postmortem on air, that we would provide the utmost clarity of information by standing at the center of controversy. We would like to be neutral and we are neutral. That's the essence of postmortem. We don't stand at any extreme while analyzing an issue. When you analyze, if you stand at any extreme, your mechanical device will flow towards you, and thus the research or the analysis would be partial. Being partial is alien to postmortem and to Radio Udaan, as we are the voice or the voiceless and the conscience of the society. We always try our best and do the very best to bring the better qualitative information possible in front of all of you. And in that sense, tonight's postmortem is going to be of an issue which may be early to comment, but it is necessary that we had a look at it. Many of you might have come across, even there was a Radio Udaan special discussion held on this topic. But now it's time for us to dissect, to analyze from the historic perspective to the current affairs of what this issue is all about. Remember, the issue talks about the most powerful weapon available for everyone, which you can use to change the entire world. As Nelson Mandela puts it, we believe in the core concept of education, and thus we also try our best to determine what's going to be the destiny of the future India and the world. For that, the impartial analysis is of paramount significance. Thus, we have come here today with an important issue. As per the 2011 census, the literacy rate in India stands at 74%, a gargantuan increase since the day of independence. In 6 decades, India is able to educate 3/4 of its population is highly commendable. Many of the nations are still struggling, including India, but India buckles, bumps and jumps up and up and up with a view to attain the knowledge-based economy. Although 74% is not very high, but a decent chance to see what is the way further. Out of the 74, the male literacy rate stands at 82% and the female stands at 65%. Although 65 seems poor in general perspective or the global perspective, from the particular view, it is another monumental achievement as India able to feed its female counterpart to its intellectual appetite. The enrollment into the rural areas government schools have risen to 96.5% as per the ASER Survey Report 2012, which is the fourth of such report that noted about 96% is another milestone. 93% pre-educations or primary educations enrollment have been registered in India. This is another phenomenon of India's achievements in education. But still, there is the other side of the coin always. But that's not the pleasant side. Still, 1 in 4 engineering graduates is the only employed person in the country. Only 1 in 10 has the degree in humanity. Only 1 in 9 enrolls into the primary education, which is 11% in global average, and in terms of United States, it is 83%. If we look the educational level of the higher education in specificity, 25% is what India is able to achieve. 40% were in the primary come secondary education. In totality, India has a long way to march to reach the destiny of knowledge-based nation and the economy. But the vision has been drafted. The light has been shed. Of course, with questions and reasoned controversies. Everything has to be dealt with. When you issue something, you should be ready to receive either pros and cons of that. In that sense, tonight it's time for us to look into India's national educational policies or national policies on education in the light of the unveiled draft National Education Policy 2016. Remember, in the light of 2016, we are going to see India's education policies since independence.
यार सुमित, एक बात पूछूं?
हाँ पूछो।
तुम्हारे सारे फ्रेंड्स स्टिक यूज करते हैं, पर तुम क्यों नहीं करते?
यार मुझे स्टिक के साथ चलना बहुत अटपटा लगता है और लुक भी तो बिगड़ जाती है ना अपनी।
अच्छा, मुझे तो ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं लगता। तुम एक मिनट यहीं रुको, मैं जरा अपनी इंस्टॉलमेंट पे करके आती हूँ और कहीं जाना मत यहाँ से।
ठीक है। हेलो श्रेया।
हाँ सुमित।
यार कितना समय हो गया, कहाँ हो तुम?
माय गॉड, आई एम सो सॉरी सुमित। मुझे मेरी एक फ्रेंड मिल गई, मैं उसके साथ निकल गई। मैं भूल ही गई थी कि तुम मेरे साथ थे।
काश कि आपने सही समय पर केन का इस्तेमाल सीख लिया होता तो आज हालात ऐसे न होते। इसीलिए दोस्तों कीजिए केन से दोस्ती, क्योंकि नो केन नो गेन।
ओम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुध्वजा।
भक्तजनों, इस मोह माया से भरे संसार में ना जाने कितनी ही दिक्कतें एवं परेशानियों ने सबको फुलटू फंसा रखा है और दुनियादारी में टोटली उलझा रखा है। परंतु चिंता का कोई विषय नहीं है प्रिय भक्तों, क्योंकि इन दिक्कतों से कुछ ना होता। देवी डिम्पल लेकर आ रही हैं इन सारी समस्याओं का समाधान। तो अब से एवरी फ्राइडे 8 to 9 PM सोशल कीड़े सर चढ़ के बोलेंगे in all is well with RJ Dimple on your favorite Radio Udaan, a flight of life.
You are listening to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. For more information, log on to www.radioudaan.com. Happy listening.
As per the 11th five-year plan, the government of India has decided to allocate 2,26,410 crores for the improvement of primary, secondary, higher and post-higher education sector of the country. But if we could look at the exact amount allotted, we would be in a shock, because it was a mere 77,433 crores. a quarter of what has been estimated was the only expenditure for education in the country, which forces India to become assertive in improving the intellectuality of its main population. As we all know, 50% of India's population is in the stage of 18 to 23 years. Totally 65% are in the age limit below 35, which means majority, the unquestionable primacy amount of manpower is youth in the country. But still, India, a growing economy, not a grown economy. The reason is lack of educational avenues. We may argue that no, because we have IITs, IIMs, IISCs, ISROs and so forth, but still, remember, teachers dropout is also a major threat to India's lingering educational sector. More than 30 to 40% teacher dropouts are recorded in the university, especially in IIT and IIM levels. Thus, India is in a position to play actively to curb the menace of illiteracy and to bring all its population under a light called education. Since independence, enormous amount of efforts have been put. In the year 1948-49, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first Minister for Education, has went on propagating the importance of education. And that's where things have begun. That's where establishments have grown. Today's National Informatics Center, National Council for Education Research and Training, State Council for Education Research and Training, and so forth are the outcome of the foundation laid by the first ever government of the independent India in terms of boosting the education. Although we cannot pluck the credit of the subsequent governments and the leaders, but the foundation laid by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad has been commendable. In the year 1948-49, it has established the National Education Council, which has turned into Department of Education. In 1951-52, the policies have been drafted, and thus it is inevitably accepted in the government level that wherever we deploy the tactics to develop India, education should stand at the heart of it. That's why even in the first 5-year plan of 1951-56, apart from concentrating on agriculture, industry and irrigation, establishment of IITs have begun. Education has been given prominence. In the year 1961, National Council for Education Research and Training, NCERT, has been constituted, and then the journey toward revolutionizing the education sector of India, creating and turning the layman into a learned man of the country has begun. In 1968, the first national policy on education was unveiled. The Prime Minister at that time, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, has called it radical restructuring for the integration and implementation of development of intellectual capabilities of the masses. It has continued for 18 years, and there were ups and downs thanks to inevitable twists and turns, not only in a country's development but in political spectrum, such as emergency, war, and lack of concentration in the upliftment of the education of the people. In the year 1986, Rajiv Gandhi's government has enacted the new national policy on education. It is called as the policy that looks for scientific revamp and provision of opportunities to the populations that were deprived of fundamental rights. In precise, it is the policy to eradicate the despair which put the people at the back foot. In the year 1992, the 1986 education policy was modified by the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao's government. But it took 13 years to come into being, as in the year 2005, the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh accepted and even taken the modified education policy to a new level, which has even paved a way for right to education, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, and many other education-related schemes for all, specifically speaking to the downtrodden, poorest of the poor people live below poverty line. In that chronology, here comes the 2016 new education policy or new national education policy. It is looking to diversify and entirely modify what has been prevailing in the education sector of the country. And thus, the chronology is clear that India has gone slow and steady. That's why it is now looking forward to win the race. Let's look forward to each and every policy of India in terms of education. We'll give you more information about the education policy of 1968 in the next link only on Radio Udaan, A Flight of Life. You're listening to Postmortem, the most enlightening show on radio with Bala Nagendra.
हमारी जिंदगी को और भी खूबसूरत बनाता है PYR यानी कि प्यार।
मेरी लाइफ में सिर्फ दो चीज है, प्यार 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 या मोर मोर मोर।
करिए अपने प्यार का इजहार एक अनोखे तरीके से। शेयर करिए अपने प्यार की कहानी विद मेरी जुबानी। अपने प्यारी सी लव स्टोरी को शेयर करने के लिए आप हमें मेल कर सकते हैं POOPATEL55@gmail.com पर, या फिर लॉग इन कीजिए www.radioudan.com। सुनते रहिए, जिंदगी खूबसूरत है विद आरजे धड़कन ऑन योर रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
नैब इंडिया यानी नेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर द ब्लाइंड इंडिया इंडिया की सबसे पुरानी संस्था है, जहां दृष्टिहीनों के लिए शिक्षा, रोजगार और पुनर्वसन की सेवा दी जाती है।
नैब इंडिया पर संपर्क करने के लिए हमें ईमेल करें hsg@nabindia.info पर। आप हमें कॉल भी कर सकते हैं। हमारा नंबर है 02266838637।
Love, breakup, romance, affair, expose, latest songs,
काली काली ऐनका पकाड़े काले शूल के गड्डी काली काली तेरी गली वाड़ी दा
movies. Stay updated on Bollywood in Bollywood Blast. Swapnil के साथ every Saturday शाम 7 से 8 only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life.
फिक्र करो बीते लम्हों की कि कल का सूरज निकलना बाकी है। मिल जाएंगी मंजिलें आपको हमेशा कि आपके हौसलों की उड़ान बाकी है। सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान, ए फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
Well, the committee was appointed in the year 1964. But before that, we need to get back to the constitutionality of guaranteeing education. Right to education came into being in the year 2010. But the foundation was laid in the year 2003 itself, thanks to the 86th Amendment, which has added Article 21A, right to education, under fundamental rights, at the Part 3 of the Constitution of India. That is a significant step because the article has been the subsection of the article that talks about life and liberty. And thus, it has changed dramatically in the structure of the Constitution, specifically speaking about education. In the Article 45, there was a change made, and even in Article 51A, Part 4A of the Constitution that talks about fundamental duties, has also gone into a change with an addition of the 11th duty, that it is the duty of the parents to ensure that their child is getting education from the age of 6 to 14. And thus, the entire scenario was changed. But those changes or achievements would not have been possible had there been no education policy of 1968. As I've said, this is not to support or oppose, but to say that the visionary of what we are today has already been visioned by our ancestors yesterday. And thus in the year 1964 the committee has been appointed. It took 4 years to draft the National Policy on Education, which is simply called by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi radical restructuring. A radical restructuring concept of education provided a path towards enhancing compulsory education. In fact, providing free education has been the talk of that time itself, although it took 4 decades to come into fruition. Apart from that, the policy has also asserted that there has to be concentration on primary, secondary and higher secondary education and enrollment. Reduction of illiteracy, increasing the opportunity through value-based education were the themes of 1968 policy. Apart from that, it is eminent to say it has given 3 language system of education. One is the regional language or the mother tongue of the choice of the state. Another one is one of the official languages, English, and another one is another official language of the country, Hindi. Thus, 3 language system has been the starting point and the hallmark to put an end to the controversy that was erupted in the 40s, 50s, which led to the creation of Official Language Act of 1963 and safeguarding the interests of the majority of India. Thus, the National Policy on Education 1968 ensured that it's going to serve the people across various walks of life. It has also provided facility towards science and international education. Although the achievement on the area of science and international achievement or internationalization have been a little grim than what we could have expected. A radical restructuring by its name sounds that it has come with a big bang, but the outcome has been sluggish yet appreciable as the country with such a diverse population of India. It has went on till 1986, because in between, as I've said in the beginning, there were major twists and turns which hasn't heeded to the opportune sides of achieving anything substantial with that 1968 policy. And hence, 1986, the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi headed government has proposed the new educational policy. It has specifically focused on gender justice. This was the first time an education policy talked about gender justice and prohibition of gender discrimination in education. Also, it has enabled the sector to open the doors despite differences. That's why the policy's special emphasis is to destroy the despairs that hinders the growth of the backward classes, specifically speaking, socially and economically backward, namely scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and the other backward classes. Thus, the 1986 policy of education has been a tremendous feat which has carried the baton of 1968 policy. Although 1968 policy ceased to exist after 1986, the impact of 1968 hasn't been out of touch even today. It has went on till 1992. After the death of Rajiv Gandhi and after the switch over to the left front government in the year 1992, the Prime Minister of P.V. Narasimha Rao headed government has modified and provided extra amenities to the OBCs. In the meantime, he has tried to include 10% reservation to the forward or the general category based on economic calculation or economic criterion, but which was termed as null and void and unconstitutional by the 1994 Supreme Court verdict. Although that's another ball game, but it has affected the modification of the modified education policy of 1986 in the year 1992.
यार ब्लाइंड होने का एक प्रॉब्लम है। मन करता है अच्छे अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट्स में जाऊं और नई नई डिश ट्राई करूं, पर मेन्यू ही नहीं पढ़ पाता।
हाँ, और वेटर से पूरा मेन्यू तो नहीं पढ़वा सकते और हर आइटम की प्राइस पूछते हुए शर्म आती है।
जानती हो, ये प्रॉब्लम लो विजन वालों और सीनियर सिटीजन्स को भी आती है। रेस्टोरेंट्स में लाइटिंग भी तो बहुत कम होती है ना।
कभी कभी सोचती हूँ कि घर से खाना ऑर्डर कर दूं, लेकिन आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट पता करना और उनके मेन्यू जानना कितना मुश्किल है। कोई इसके लिए कुछ करता क्यों नहीं?
उन सब लोगों के लिए जिनको रेस्टोरेंट मेन्यू पढ़ने में दिक्कत होती है, इंडिया का पहला एक्सेसिबल रेस्टोरेंट फाइंडर एंड मेन्यू रीडिंग ऐप गुड फूड टॉक्स लॉन्च हो गया है। अब अपने मोबाइल, टैबलेट या कंप्यूटर पे कभी भी कहीं भी आप अपने आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट का नाम, एड्रेस, फोन नंबर और मेन्यू आसानी से पढ़ सकते हैं। बस गुड फूड टॉक्स ऐप एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड करें। अपने कंप्यूटर या आईफोन पर www.goodfoodtalks.in that is goodfoodtalks.in खोलें और एंजॉय करें।
अरे वाह, मजा आ गया। देखो तो पास में कौन कौन से रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं।
कभी तड़प, कभी तन्हाई, कभी बेबसी तो कभी इंतजार।
ये मर्जी क्या खूब है ना, जिसे
मोहब्बत कहते हैं। तो मामला हो टूटे दिल का या आपको आपके अपने ही कर रहे हो नजरअंदाज,
क्योंकि स्नेहा के पास है इन सब का इलाज।
नजराना
अब से हर शनिवार रात 8 से 9 नजर आएंगे प्यार के कुछ नए रंग इन नजराना प्यार का। मेरा अजय स्नेहा ओनली ऑन रेडियो उड़ान, फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
नजराना भेजा किसी ने प्यार का।
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु सिंघल है। मैं बेंगलोर में कार्यरत संस्था मित्र ज्योति, जो पिछले 25 वर्षों से दृष्टिहीनों एवं दूसरे विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए कार्यरत है, उसकी मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी हूँ। इस संस्था की गतिविधियाँ इस प्रकार हैं। यहाँ पर दृष्टिहीनों के लिए ऑडियो में पुस्तकें रिकॉर्ड की जाती हैं। इसके साथ साथ ब्रेल में और स्कैन्ड पुस्तकें भी उनको दी जा रही हैं। कंप्यूटर प्रशिक्षण और रोजगार की सुविधाएं भी यहाँ प्रदान की जा रही हैं। दृष्टिहीन महिलाओं के लिए एक विशेष प्रकार का कोर्स चलाया जाता है, जिसमें उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनकर जीवन में आगे बढ़ने की क्षमता प्रदान की जा रही है। आप मित्र ज्योति से संपर्क कर सकते हैं। यहाँ का फोन नंबर है 08022587623 और 22587625। ईमेल एड्रेस है admin.office@mitrajyoti.org। वेबसाइट है www.mitrajyoti.org।
कभी महक की तरह हम गुलों से उड़ते हैं, कभी धुएं की तरह पर्वतों से उड़ते हैं। ये कैचियां हमें उड़ने से खाक रोकेंगी कि हम परों से नहीं हौसलों से उड़ते हैं। जी हां दोस्तों, आप भी जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ। अपने ख्वाबों की उड़ान लिए, अपनी कल्पनाओं की उड़ान लिए, अपनी ख्वाहिशात की उड़ान लिए लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और चलिए हमारे साथ एक कभी न खत्म होने वाले सफर पर, जिसका नाम है रेडियो उड़ान।
And with subsequent updates, alterations, enactments, the 1986 education policy prevailed, and now it is going to find its fate of self into the shelves of history. Because the current government has drafted and unveiled the national education policy, a new national education policy, from the committee headed by TRS Subramanian. They have submitted 270-page draft report after undergoing thorough investigation among various stakeholders. It has given enormous statistical and representative, qualitative and quantitative aspects for why it is suggesting the reform. From the primary to the higher education, it has enveloped the entire spectrum of education. In fact, it has started talking about pre-primary education as well. At the same time, it has criticized the political interference in education sector. It has also told that the privatization of education sector creates positive and negative aspects as well. As per the draft, 29% of the primary and secondary school students population are educated by the private schools. The ratio of private or government to private schools in India now is 7:5, which means if there are 70 schools in an area of government, there will be 50 schools of private. Thus, the new education policy tries to change and also enhance the excellence of the intellectual capability of the masses as per the draft policy. It focuses on building knowledge-based economy and society, KBES. For that, it has suggested various measures, and the government has also put in 43-page draft policy for public opinion. Among that, from teachers to students to the higher education university graduates to the pre-primary kids and also to those who want to pursue international education, all the areas were covered, including the distance education. For teachers, it has proposed to establish an experts committee to deploy or appoint or recruit and appoint qualified teachers through recruitment process of qualitative aspect. For pre-primary level, it has proposed to appoint teachers of capability to maintain pre-primary level of kids. It has also propagates free and compulsory education, but at the same time, it has reduced and taken the limit of no detention policy only up to 5th standard. It has brought the board exam to standard 10 back. It has also recognized the complications lying between maths, science and English. As per the policy, the majority of failures proportionally higher in these three subjects. For that, the policy has come with the solution of segregating the subjects of mathematics, science and English to part 1 and part 2 to reduce the level of failures. On the other hand, it has also proposed that attending board exam is mandatory for the students. Till 5th standard, the policy proposes for mother tongue education, and afterwards it leaves with the choice of the student. As per the policy, there will be liberal efforts to educate Sanskrit as it is one of the essentials of Indian culture and heritage. As per the policy, it is imminent that every student will be trained as per the interest. The skill development, training and sports, state of art, increase in physical such as yoga, outdoor sports and providing art and heritage education will be at the core of this new education policy.
आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर।
आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर बाबूजी एकदम बढ़िया ताजा है।
सेब है एकदम मीठा सेब बाबूजी, एकदम मीठा सेब ले लो।
अरे बाबूजी सेब ले लो, सेब एकदम मीठे हैं, बढ़िया एकदम। ले लो बाबूजी।
अरे भैया ये सेब क्या भाव दिए?
अरे बाबूजी ले लो, 120 रुपए किलो हैं।
अच्छे हैं?
अरे एकदम बढ़िया बाबूजी, कश्मीरी सेब हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा, 2 किलो दे दो।
दे रहे हैं बाबूजी अभी। ले बाबूजी।
अरे रे रे, 1 मिनट, तुम इन्हें पॉलीथीन में क्यों पैक कर रहे हो? ये बहुत खतरनाक होती है, क्या तुम्हें पता नहीं है?
बाबूजी ये कैसे?
देखो, जब हम इन पन्नियों का यूज करते हैं तो इसमें रखा सामान खाने योग्य नहीं होता। दूसरा, जब हम इसे फेंकते हैं तो पशु पक्षियों के लिए भी खतरनाक साबित होता है। पानी में डालें तो पानी को भी दूषित करता है और साथ ही साथ हमारी नन्ही नन्ही मछलियां इसमें फंस जाती हैं, जिससे उनका दम घुट जाता है। या फिर हम इन पॉलीथीन बैग्स को जलाएं तो उससे निकलने वाली गैस जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से हमारी स्वच्छ वायु दूषित हो जाती है। तो ऐसी खतरनाक चीज का हम उपयोग क्यों करें भला?
सही कहा बाबूजी आपने। अब हम कबहू ना प्लास्टिक का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब। अब तो हम हमेशा कपड़े का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब और पन्नी का भी इस्तेमाल नहीं करीब।
दोस्तों, ये तो समझ गए, और आप नहीं समझे तो समझ जाइए।
रेडियो उड़ान द्वारा
वॉइस फॉर ब्लाइंड क्लब में आप सभी का स्वागत है। क्लब का उद्देश्य है शिक्षा के माध्यम से आपको आत्मनिर्भर बनाना, रिकॉर्डिंग एंड स्क्राइब की प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना। भारत के कई शहरों में वॉइस फॉर ब्लाइंड क्लब के सदस्य अपनी सेवाएं देना चाहते हैं। क्लब से कांटेक्ट करने के लिए मेल आईडी है voiceforblind voiceforblind@gmail.com। मोबाइल नंबर 9410480858। मैं अनीता शर्मा एंड मेरे क्लब मेंबर रिकॉर्डिंग एंड स्क्राइब की आवश्यकता को पूरा करने का हर संभव प्रयास करेंगे। अधिक जानकारी के लिए आप हमें मेल कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
रेडियो उड़ान और मित्र ज्योति ने एक ब्रेल मैगजीन लॉन्च की है जिसका नाम है इनसाइट।
इस ब्रेल मैगजीन में आपको पढ़ने के लिए मिलेंगे एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, टेक्नोलॉजी, बिजनेस, लाइफस्टाइल, स्पोर्ट्स और तमाम सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड बेहतरीन आर्टिकल्स।
ये एक क्वार्टरली मैगजीन है जो आपको साल में हर 3 महीने के बाद उपलब्ध करवाई जाएगी।
इस मैगजीन का सालाना शुल्क है 100 रुपए और इसे प्राप्त करने के लिए आज ही अपना एड्रेस मेल करें
admin.office@mitrajyoti.org पर admin.o@mitrajothi.org। कॉल कर सकते हैं 8022587623 पर।
हैप्पी रीडिंग।
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु।
विकलांगों की आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप समाज में बाधा रहित निर्माण ही है विकलांगजनों के लिए सहज जीवन का एहसास।
सहज सुगम विकलांग का जीवन, समय की है आवाज यही, सुगम में भारत अभियान सफल हो, सरकार का है प्रयास यही।
सार्वजनिक भवनों, सरकारी कार्यालयों, स्कूल, अस्पताल, पुलिस स्टेशन आदि के साथ साथ विभिन्न परिवहन व्यवस्थाओं जैसे रेलवे स्टेशन, बस स्टॉप, एयरपोर्ट आदि को विकलांग जनों की आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप सुगम बनाया जा रहा है,
ताकि दृष्टि बाधित, श्रवण बाधित तथा अन्य विकलांगजन बाधा रहित जीवन के सुखद एहसास से गुजर सकें।
अधिक जानकारी www.disabilityaffairs.gov.in से हासिल करें।
सुगम्य भारत, सशक्त भारत,
विकलांग जन सशक्तिकरण विभाग, भारत सरकार।
प्रतिभा की पहचान,
प्रज्ञा की मुस्कान।
सबनांगों का साथी ये है रेडियो उड़ान।
रेडियो उड़ान के प्रोग्राम्स की जानकारी के लिए, शोज में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, किसी भी शो को फीडबैक देने के लिए, आर्काइव रिक्वेस्ट करने के लिए, आरजे बनने के लिए और अपने फेवरेट आरजेस की प्रोफाइल्स पढ़ने के लिए लॉग ऑन करें www.radioudan.com। स्काइप आईडी रेडियो उड़ान, ईमेल mail@radioudan.com। रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
Welcome back to the last segment of Postmortem, where we are providing an impartial analysis of education policies of India. Well, while talking about new national education policy, the draft, it has also talked about language. As we have said, it is helping the growth of the regional languages, at the same time providing a path to development of the official languages. And in the meantime, providing extra training, not only by the teachers, but by the civil society, by the voluntary service providers to the weakened mass of the students, has also been proposed, which is commended as a new, innovative approach, but at the same time questioned on the ground that it is applicable even to class 1 student. Many experts have raised a question on the dynamism behind this. On the other hand, it has also talked about internationalization of education. International educations, international universities will be welcomed to provide education abiding by the policy. It has also opened the door to restructure and reframe the curriculum of the National Institute for Open Education, NIOS. Here, this is where, again, the educationalists are questioning the validity behind it. It is from some educationalist and the experts' perspective, the new national education policy is not a revolution, but a tinkering of what is already exists. What we need here is a revolution, states the experts. Few stated that the increase of contribution for education from 3.5% to 6% of the GDP is not new, as the 1968 policy also proposed to increase the contribution to 6%. From the monetary aspect, that time 6% is way less to what 6% of the GDP today, but proportionally there is no change as the population differences matches that monetary aspect division. On the other hand, the establishment of Indian Education Service as another central or all India service raised a question on how constructive it could provide for the better progress of the education sector from the experts. They have also risen the question on how far we are going to improve the education unless we change the system itself. From the perspective of criticism, or to be impartial, we can say a critical analysis, the new education policy serves to the existing system, to the change in education pattern. But what we need here is the change in system itself. Until it is happening, we are not going to see substantial growth, as this is going to be helping the elites to twist as per their needs, and it's going to make the marginalized to suffer. Well, the experts have also appreciated the efforts put in to enhance the teacher's presence from primary to higher level of education and university. But the experts have also cautioned that till recent, Indian universities hasn't even appeared in top 200 in the world rankings. Until we improve that ranking, we cannot internationalize or improve the level of universities and institutions to the international standard. For that, we need more revolutionistic policy than what we have here. Well, with the note of the experts, it's time for us to put an end with a belief that change is inevitable. In that sense, it is time for us to have a change in education. For that, the new education policy is to be welcomed or can be accepted as an experiment with a necessity and an intention, as well as the will to repeal, alter or modify if the policy fails to pursue its objectives. As Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And thus, let the education, the most powerful weapon, help to change India, and with that, world as well. I leave here to the Technocratic Show, Tech City from 9 to 10 p.m. and followed by They'll Say Diltak 10 to 11 p.m. We'll meet you next Thursday 8 to 9 p.m. on your most enlightening show with another impartial analysis. Till then, take care of yourself. If possible, take care of others. Good night. Buenas noches. Vanakkam.